So morning guys, I've just woken up, it's about 7:30, and the first thing I do every day is come in my boxers and weigh myself. So at the moment I try to put on some lean mass, so I'm in a slight calorie surplus, so weighing myself at the same time every day really helps me know whether my calories are right for me basically. So I was 92.3 kilos, which is about normal for me at the moment. I'd like to get to 95 by the end of the season. Because I'm pretty fit, naturally relatively skinny, and it takes me a while to put on weight. That's just gone off. Voila. Typically my morning routine is I'll wake up, I'll have a shower, usually a cold one because I'm a bit of a weirdo, but it wakes me up and I feel pretty good after. I come in, I'll do my mindfulness practice, which I might talk about a bit later on, but it's really beneficial for rugby players and everyone. I'll make my coffee, which you might have just seen, and then I'll take my supplements for the day, which aren't that much really. I'll take an omega-3 cod liver oil tablet. I don't eat much fish, which is the only reason I take it. I'll take my creatine as well. I usually literally just stir into a bit of water. But the pre-workout that I take sometimes has creatine in it, so that which I'm going to take today, means it's already got creatine in it. It's got 4 grams of creatine, so I'm not going to take the creatine on its own. You've also seen some whey protein there. I'm not going to bother taking any now because I'm about to go to the club to have breakfast. So that's generally my morning routine. So I'm just about to leave for training, and I probably better give you a bit of an insight of what we're doing today and why I'm videoing this. So I'm doing like a day in the life of a pro rugby player. It's a Friday, we have a game tomorrow, but I am injured, so I am not playing. And I'm not even training today, so I'm going to give you a bit of an insight into what it's like when a player is rehabbing from an injury. So the injuries I have at the moment is I'm struggling with just a normal grade 1 hamstring tear, which means it's not really that bad, it's just my hammy's a bit sore. I also had a bit of a tendon involvement, which meant that I kept going back into training, having to pull out because something wasn't quite right. So my day today, I'll stick my return to play schedule at some point on the screen, so you should be able to see what I'm up to today. But I'm pretty much consists of some weights, a bit of rehab, which will be mainly hamstring strengthening and loading, and then some conditioning on the bike later on. So I'm going to take you along with me, show you what I'm eating around training, show you what I'm up to. Hopefully it's pretty interesting. Glad I'm not running outside today.
I only have one to make. You can open your palm, waiting to catch a break. The cards will fall where they may. And what about me? I believe in fate. They want to know where I'll be in 5. But what about today? What about tonight? Only one at a time.
So pretty simple breakfast, just a bacon and egg sandwich with a bit of spinach. Macros on screen now. It's just about getting the calories and something palatable in for me today. So first thing for the day was lower body weights. This is just a quick video of me activating and doing a bit of foam rolling and a bit of mobility. So I start by rolling through my glutes and hips. I'll move on to some back rolls and some hammy stuff, some hammy raises and with a couple of neurals to get my hammies firing. Then moving my back, doing a few rotations, then using my hips. So my hips are a bit of a problem area. I tend to do quite a bit of mobility before lower body and training, which really gets them fired up. So today was lower body hypertrophy. I did 5 sets of 10 on the double leg press with a decent eccentric. I supersetted this with ab rollouts, which I didn't film because I looked terrible doing them and I forgot. As you can see in this last clip, I am struggling just a little bit, but the idea is to get a lot of volume into the legs to promote muscle growth. So then moving on to single leg extension, isolating the quads again because I'm doing hamstring loading later in the day. Last thing was a safety bar squat, sets of 20, so basically really burning out the legs, and I superset that with calf raises, as you can see here. So just finished my gym session, and there's no proper meal here, but I'm just making a smoothie. So I've got a banana, some carbs after the session, so I have more weights later, and I've got a bike session as well. Thrust going in. Let's keep the whey protein. strawberries. Why not? And then I'm just going to finish it off with some milk. Let's keep walking away. There it is. It's beautiful. Tastes average. All I have the rest of the day, I've got rehab, do some strengthening stuff, and we've got a bike session later as well, so hopefully I will film that, but it's pretty much just like full out on a bike. I think I've got a 6x2k, like a time trial today, which is scored, so that should be pretty intense. That's pretty much it, so I'm just going to eat this and then jump into rehab. So the first exercise I did in hamstring rehab was some prone lying hamstring curls with a long eccentric. So do double leg up, control the eccentric down with one leg, and that eccentric is one of the things that's like clearly linked to preventing injuries in athletes. So that's why we do it. Like I said, if you've got any hamstring issues, don't listen to me, go see a proper physio and do the proper rehab for you. But this is what you guys do with me at Irish, and I superset this with some glute band crab walks, just to make sure my glutes are firing, because they obviously have an impact on the hamstrings as well. Second exercise we did was, again, eccentric lowers. This is on the 45 hip extension machine. This is a pretty niche piece of equipment, and it targets a kind of small set of muscles in the hamstring, which is ones that I have issues with. Hey, so back in the car again, sort my hair out, bit of a sweaty mess. Just been in Nuffield Health, which is a gym that's 5 minutes down the road. For my rehab, I just got a couple of clips of the two main exercises I did. I did quite a few, but I'll probably do it. We do it at Nuffield because there's a prone hamstring curl, which we don't have at the club. So it was pretty good, pretty tough. And now I've just got a bike session before I finish my day. And then after that, I will probably put what I'm eating for lunch. So we haven't got lunch at the club today, and that'll probably be it. So like I said, I've got a 6x2k time trial with 2 minutes in between sets. On the bike today, here's me just warming up and chatting to our conditioner guy and Tom Parton, who's also doing a little bike session. So we basically do this for some pretty high level conditioning to basically, obviously when we're injured, we don't get a lot of conditioning in when we're not running. So this is something to get our heart rate up, try and hold on to our fitness while we're not running. So when we're back in, we don't see much of a drop off. So that is the main precipice. These are pretty brutal. As you can probably tell me, pulling some weird facials is pretty tough, but something that we have to get through a lot when we're injured. It can be quite tough mentally, especially when I'm on the road for a long time. But today I just had 2 sessions this week, so went pretty much balls out. Had a good time, had some good music on, had Dolly next to me shouting at the end, so all good fun in the 8. But this is the last thing of my day, and then I went home after. I was going to cook lunch, but I just went out for some food with the boys, which will be coming up soon. Post-bike session. I look awful. I think I did it in 16 minutes 11, which is about a minute off my PB, but pretty decent effort.
Roof now. Going to red roof.
I'm good, Bazzy.
Ow.
Go on, Gil. Go on, Lovejoy.
It's a gift. It's signed. It's
Man of the match.
May the Cov boys stand up here as well.
I've had to put my legs straight between somebody's knees. Two camels.
Have a day off.
Hey guys, I'm just going to do a quick Q&A to finish off this video. Hopefully you would have seen all my training and things I've eaten so far today, but there will be a few questions I asked on our Instagram stories, and I'm going to answer them now. So, first question is, biggest bench press, squat and deadlift at Irish? Who has it? I don't gym with the forwards. The backs and forwards tend to gym separately, so I'm guessing it's a forward. But I would say it's probably Ollie Hoskins, who is a prop. He's a very, very strong bloke as it is, but he's got a massive bench. I would say me, but my bench is notoriously poor. Squats would probably have to be either Josh McNally, who's just a massive bloke in general, or Topsy Ojo. Now Topsy is incredibly strong, and I don't think I've ever seen him fail a squat. He's just like crazy, crazy strong. He's also been a professional for, I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to say 13 years. So having lifting that whole time, probably squatting, either Topsy, Ojo or Josh McNally. And deadlift, we don't really deadlift massively, we track bar deadlift, and I wouldn't really know. I'm going to say the only person that I know that deadlifts with a straight bar is Ben Ransom, who had a good deadlift. He's no longer with Irish, unfortunately. He's at Oxford Uni, but I'd say Ben Ransom also loves videoing himself deadlift. Were you both naturally gifted at rugby, or was it a lot of hard work to get where you are? So, another good question. Obviously, it's a bit of both. I'd say I was naturally pretty good. I think that only gets you so far. I used to work really hard when I was at school, especially. I was probably also lucky to get picked up at the age I did, so I got picked up when I was 12 from a counter session by London Irish. So, had I not had that, I probably wouldn't be where I am today, but that is from good coaching, regular training that a lot of people don't get. So it's not necessarily naturally just gifted or hard work, it's a combination of luck, good timing and hard work. So I'm kind of like an average for an athlete. As a rugby player, I'm pretty average. So I'd say my hard work and my skills, my game management, my kicking would be something that has got me to where I am, but I'm only 21. I'd say the same for Harry. Harry's not naturally huge as a prop. Harry is naturally pretty good with the ball, but he's also worked super hard at it. Like his carrying, his cleaning, and his ball handling, he works super hard at. So I could vouch for him and say that. There's a lot of luck involved, to be perfectly honest. So the third question, a great question. What lifts do you work on most to improve explosive power? As a rugby player, our gym splits. Quite a lot of people ask about what we do in the gym. So assuming that let's say I've got a game on a Saturday, and I've had a game on the previous Saturday, we'll do upper body on a Monday, we'll do lower body on a Tuesday, we'll have the day off on Wednesday, and we'll do power on Thursday. So these are specific power exercises that improve your power. I'm not a PT, I'm not a qualified strength and conditioning coach, so excuse me if this is a bit of a random explanation. There's obviously plyometric stuff that are bouncing off the floor. The thing that is testing and improving your contact time on the floor will help with power. Do low reps, so we'll do 3 sets of 3 at maximum intensity. I think the key thing is whatever exercise. So for me, I do a hang clean, I do a squat jump, I do a box jump, I do a single leg sled jump. So it tends to be jumping exercises, all done for reps of 3, but maximum intensity with every single one, which is what helps you improve your power. And that'll help your speed, your transfer into contact. So I've named a couple of exercises, and lots of people do different stuff based upon what their injury and what their training profile is. So they're the ones that I do. But the key thing is that it's low reps, so you can do a maximum effort for each one. Otherwise, you're not training power. There's jumping movements in whatever capacity, some plyometrics as well, with low reps, maximum intensity. Last question I'll go through now. Where can I buy your ebook? So our ebook, which is called The Performance, it's not called that. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Performance Nutrition. You can get it on our website, which is rugbygrub.com, which you can type into the top bar on your browser, not in actual Google, it doesn't come up for some reason. There is a link in our bio, or you could go over to Facebook, our Facebook page, and it's really easy to get to our shop via there. But it's on our shop online, and it is currently $7.99. It's got loads of good recipes, so there's 20 recipes for breakfast, snacks, high fuel meals and low fuel meals. There's an introduction and a really good bit on explaining what certain things mean that you would have heard, so like what's protein, what's fat, what are macronutrients, what's a calorie deficit. So it's kind of an introduction into a lot of nutrition things you may have seen before but may not understand. The last bit is a tips and tricks section where me and Harry have put loads of useful information that we have learned along the way that will help you towards your goals in terms of better diet. So there's some shopping stuff, there's eating out, there's some like healthy alternatives to certain foods. And we're really proud of it, and we'd really love you to go buy it. So if you want to do that, check it out. So I'm going to finish up this video here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I do on a training day. Like I said, at the moment I'm injured, so it's not a full day, but I was pretty much in the gym all day. I hope you found it interesting, I hope you found it useful, and if you like this stuff, like, subscribe and comment on this post, and go check out our Instagram, which is @rugbygrub. There's more free stuff that you can dive into. We do free content on, we do loads of recipes, we do some nutrition information, we do stuff around game day for rugby players and people who are competing in sport, and hopefully it's interesting and fun to look at. So thank you very much for watching, we really appreciate it. If you have any feedback, stick it in the comments section. We really do want feedback, and we want to know what you guys want to see more of, so please do that as well. Thanks very much.